Is up, everyone? I just got done running 10K pace intervals with easy pace warm up for 30 minutes and then a 15-minute cool down. Here's a quick tip. I fall prey to this sometimes too, and I did today. When you're in the 30-minute warm up of any workout, don't go out too hot. I stay in the pace prescribed, because when you come to the intervals, you're going to be a couple seconds, you're not going to hit the intervals right, and that's the point of the pace interval workout, right? To build that speed up over the interval. What is up, everyone? I just got done with 10K pace intervals. Just about an hour and 3 minutes, just about 10 miles in that. 30-minute easy warm-up, 15-minute cool down, and then I did 5 by 3 minute 10K intervals with 1 minute rest. The intervals are important, especially for middle and long distance, duathlon or triathlon, because that's how you build the speed up. And as you get fatigued in those intervals, because 3 minutes is a long interval, but that's 15 minutes of running at 10K pace. So you've already run almost 3 miles in that. So then you've done 3 miles in 15 minutes or 16 minutes, and then you're into the cool down. And by the time you're done, you look at the watch. What is up, everyone? Mike, TRC Performance Coaching / Elite Duathlete. What is up, everyone? Mike, TRC Performance Coaching, TRC Endurance Racing, and Elite Duathlete, member of Team USA for middle and long distance. I am a long course specialist. Anything long endurance wise, bike or run, or any activity really. That's kind of my engine. Today I was doing a pace workout, 10K pace intervals with easy pace. So I did 3 minute 10K intervals times 5 with 1 minute rest in between, and then a 15-minute cool down. During these workouts, these interval workouts, because the rest of the week is broken down into easy pace. And you'll have to make sure that you stay in that easy pace during those easy days. What tends to happen an amateur level, age group level, and really even with us and me, is that sometimes when we're feeling good, we'll push that easy pace, and then when you look at it, the week is broken down with only a couple pace days, and then the rest is aerobic, because that's where we need to focus in that aerobic capacity. And then you have the hard workouts, and then you have the long run. The long run is very important. It sets the foundation, because you can't. So let's say you have a 10K race, right? So the long run, you want to know, and speed doesn't matter initially, right? Until you build your base, but you want to know that you can cover that distance. So we build the workout in time, right? I do. And so, let's cover 8 miles in an hour and a half, or whatever your pace is. It doesn't matter for this example, but you have to know you can cover that distance, and you have to cover that distance at an easy pace initially, and then we'll start building up speed. Where a lot of people go wrong is that they'll try to cover that distance as quickly as possible for whatever reason. You're busy. You don't get as much time to train, to do the workouts. So you think that you have to push the workouts that you do get, and you're actually hindering your performance. You may see short-term gains initially, but over the long term, you're just going to adapt to that pace, and then there won't be, unless you change it, non-linear, or increase the intensity more, but then you're already increased intensity. So take the easy days easy. I like to see easy pace, minus whatever. So I'd rather you take it slower on the easy days. So when I prescribe or when I run, like today, a 10K pace interval, and I'm looking at and I'm analyzing my run right now in Training Peaks, and it fell a little short because when I went out and way too fast. So I was out in 6:25, 6:15, 6:42, and then I came into the intervals, and I was just too hot. First interval, 4:55 for 3 minutes. That's not even what I prescribed for myself. See, I don't even listen to myself. Practice what I preach, not what I do, or whatever. But so it's a good example of how if you don't take it easy when you're supposed to take it easy, it's going to affect the specific work that we need to do to get faster. So when you build a run, for me, because for middle and long course, those distances can vary, within the band. 10K run, 40-mile bike, 10K run, 10K run, 98-mile bike, 18.2-mile run, 2-mile run, 56-mile bike, half marathon. Those are the distances, right? So can I cover those distances? I have the foundation already. Right now, during the winter, what we're doing is we are re-strengthening my base. It's the same thing I'm doing with the cyclists that I coach as well. If you're interested in coaching, www.trccoaching.com, or the link will be in the bio and my contact information, cycling or duathlon coaching. But when you don't hit the mark, what do you do, right? And when that second interval comes for you, what do you do? Drop a comment below on, do you cut the interval short, rest, and do the next one quality, or do you continue with the poor interval and then 1 minute, and then that degradation builds over the rest of the intervals. And that's sort of what happened. I'm not saying I completely missed the mark. I was just a little bit off the mark for where I wanted to be, but I did get it back in the last 2 intervals. Because I tend to get, a little faster as the run progresses. That's why I warm up for 30 minutes. I'm rebuilding my foundation, strengthening the foundation, and in the winter period, because my first race is Powerman Arizona, I think. Their website's a little hokey; it doesn't even work. But so February, and so right now I'm just trying to. I know the foundation's there, but within that, I'm trying to get that much faster than I was last year. And it's there. I know it's there. I feel like in a lot of the races I did last year that I was leaving something out there. And that's not a good feeling to have. second at the national championship, second in Florida, pretty much second after the first, you know, cross country mountain bike race I did that I first, pretty much, and then the smaller duathlons, which I don't even count. I was just doing those for fun. Those were first, so 3 firsts, I guess, and then the big races was all second. So where did I go wrong, or where did I miss the mark in my training? I did the training camps. The training camp and Big Stone Gap was probably a mistake. There was no real way to get from where I was up into the mountain highways or whatever. It was just too dangerous. I had a good greenbelt track there so my running was great, but cycling was not so great. I was on the trainer a lot, and that's not the point of training camp. So I got to find a different. So in January, I'm going to Florida, to Claremont, to do a lot of my specific preparation, and then we're off to Arizona, and then from there it's just going to be bam, bam, bam. So it's February Arizona, Clash Miami, Denmark for World Championships, hopefully, and then we're going to take the season from there. The things that we know are Denmark World Championships, Switzerland long course World Championships. I'm going to do a couple national championships. I'm going to do a couple Powermans, clashes, and so pretty well-rounded season planned. I'm excited for it. Couple surprises coming as far as support goes, so make sure you give a like and a subscribe to follow how we're going to proceed through this championship season. New kit designs, new bike, and we're just going to be building off of what we did last year into 2022. We're going to make it that much better. We are going to push the limits a little further, even though I don't think personally there are limits, but we're going to push as hard as we can go. Now, we're not going to push that hard in training and have bad races. We don't want to have good training and have bad races. We want to have good training and have great races. So you have to peak properly, taper, build. So my training is broken down into cycles. I might go over that in a later video. For now, we're just going to do these short vlogs, as I get started on this channel again, start trying to build it back up. So yeah, today was an easy 10K pace intervals, and then later it's going to be just an hour and a half on the bike in zone 2. Now I'm going to finish lunch and head to the RV, which all the batteries have died. So that's my middle of the day when I should be napping. I'll be with the RV as usual. So make sure you give this video a like if it interests you. I'll be giving more training tips, coaching tips within the video. You'll also see a lot of, as I bring things on board with sponsors and support and new bike components, kit, what I'm doing, strength training, what does my gym look like, where am I going to be training. I'm going to be doing all these things just to kind of help you, because you may not be on board with coaching right now, but I feel like there's some benefit to getting tips, because at least it'll help you get better at what you're trying to do, cycling or running or duathlon wise. I am working on the triathlon part for coaching, and I should be bringing that online at the beginning of the year, which I'm really excited about. And I'll be moving into a little bit of triathlon and hopefully achieving my professional card in that as well. But that's going to take. We're going to need a little time on that probably. You know, I got the cycling and the running. I'm a good swimmer. It's just, you know, swimming's one of those things. If you don't, you gotta practice at it to get good enough to compete with those guys. Like, especially after we've seen a couple of these Ironman times come down to world record times. So make sure you give the video a like, follow. All the information will be down below. Follow me on Instagram at The Roaming Cyclist. Actually, it's not that anymore. It is that, at The Roaming Cyclist. And that's it for me for now. Hope to check back in later. Out.